One of the most exciting and young teams in international football comes from the CONCACAF region in the Usmnt, the United States men's national team. This team truly have a golden generation and a core group that is so young and exciting. But one thing that is holding this team back is injuries. They're not just a golden generation, they are an injury-prone generation, a twig generation. And it is very sad and unfortunate to see from a CONCACAF fan's point of view, as well as a Canadian fan's point of view. It is fun to have a top-end rival with their best team and best players always on the pitch. And when you got players and injuries to the key players, the top-end players, these aren't injuries coming to players on the bench or rotational players like a Jordan Morris or a Christian Roldan. These aren't injuries to the MLS players on the bench. These are injuries to the top-end talent like a Christian Pulisic, a Giovanni Reyna, a Weston Mckennie, a Tyler Adams, Brendan Aronson. All of the best players or the key players for US seem to sometimes get knocks or injuries or long-term injuries in Christian Pulisic's and Giovanni Reyna's stance. Yes, these players are so young, but they have such high of ceilings and such good futures that the more you get this team playing together as a consistent 11, the more and better this team will be on the field. This US team is so good and has such good quality that they need to be consistently playing together and gelling together on and off the pitch. And when you're not able to call up all your best players consistently, it hurts you and will hurt you in the future. But the reason this video is out now and is coming out now, it's been in the work for some time, but it's because of these two players who have gotten injured once again for Usmnt. In Marseille star and Usmnt international in Connor De La Fuente, who I do highly rate, who moved from Barcelona to Marseille this past summer, has gotten injured and will be out for the rest of the season for Marseille in Connor De La Fuente. And it is very unfortunate. No, it will not be hurting US in any shape or form. Maybe it's going to be prolonged injuries, you never know. But you also have Yunus Musah at Valencia, who went down with another injury midweek. And yes, it was a knock, and he will be back this next weekend. It's just injuries on top of injuries for Usmnt to their young key star players. Yes, Connor De La Fuente might not be one of their star players yet, but Yunus Musah surely is. And you could say these players are so young, they're playing lots of games, they're going to get injured. Well, yes, they are playing lots of games for some of them. Christian Pulisic, Giovanni Reyna, of course not. But you're going to be playing consistent games. But as a player at top level, you're going to be looked at consistently being fit, consistently being healthy, and to be able to be called up to be on the game sheet week in, week out. One of the best traits, I've even heard Ben Foster say it on the Fostercast, one of the best traits as a footballer is to be consistently fit and consistently healthy, to have your name available to be called in the game sheet for the weekend, or in US's case, for the international breaks, or for that call-up. And it is so bizarre and so odd that it's only happening to the key players of the Usmnt. I'm not going to dive deep into the stats. That might be for another video where I dive deep into all the CONCACAF teams. But it is just wild that it's happening to the likes of Pulisic, Reyna, and all these players from the Usmnt. Yes, this is coming from a Canadian fan's point of view. I just thought it was very interesting how all of their best players or all their key players are getting injured or having longer injuries that is setting this team back. Because for me, this team should be so much farther ahead and should be challenging for that #1 spot in CONCACAF. Because all of these players have such top-end talent and quality. Yes, they're really young. Yes, they're playing lots of games. But being fit and being available is one of the best traits you can have in world football. Yes, you need the talent, you need the quality, you need the mentality. But being able to be fit, be in shape, and be available is such an important factor. And when you have the likes of Christian Pulisic and all of these best players in the world, you need to be able to get called on week in and week out or international break for this US side. I know they're also being held back by the manager and Greg Berhalter. I'm not going to dive deep into that because I haven't done my research or really know everything about him yet. But when you look at sides like Mexico, Canada, who consistently have their best players who are available, minus Alphonso Davies, who had that serious injury with COVID. And yes, Jamaica has had their best players, but COVID has prolonged that. And you've had Costa Rica, who consistently have all their best players there. It has really pushed this US side back a bit, or back a step, due to the fact that their players aren't able to come in and week out for their sides or for their nation, because I believe this team has so much potential and so much talent that it's just breaking out. And yes, we've seen this 11 get on the field together, but it'd be so much more fun to see this 11 get out there week in and week out with the US. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say down below in the comments on if you guys believe it's a golden generation, if you guys do believe it's an injury-prone generation like me, because I believe this generation should be so much farther ahead if it wasn't due to these injuries or even coaching style. Let me know what you guys think down below. This is coming from a Canadian fan's point of view and also CONCACAF fans' point of view. I do believe this is a great side, a very talented side with a lot of potential. I'm not trying to really bash the US or anything, so don't get me wrong like that. This is just a observing at what's going on with the US and how I think there's so many injuries going on to their key players and how I think it's so bizarre. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments on what you guys think this generation truly is or where you guys believe it should be and about the talent with this side. Drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear it from you guys. Let me know what you guys think down below about all the international content. And guys, I mean the world. It means the absolute world to me. All the positivity and all the subs coming on the channel. It really helps me out and it's really making my dream come true. So if you guys could hit that like button, drop some more comments because I love talking to you guys and hearing some feedback. And I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.